wonder if anyone's in there. Dunno.
Let's go together.
Mio? Coming.
Would you be willing to sacrifice yourself to save someone you love? Or how about sacrificing someone you love to save yourself? These are the questions presented to you in the Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake. It should be noted that this is the second remake of Fatal Frame 2. The first was developed for the Wii back in 2012 and was exclusive to Japan and Europe, so us Americans missed out. But not this time, as Koei Tecmo has deemed us worthy of re-experiencing the tragedy of Minakami Village and the haunting struggles that twins Mio and Mayu go through. The premise of the game hasn't changed. Mio and Mayu are twin sisters that are visiting the forest they used to play in as children before it gets redeveloped. The younger sister, Mayu, who walks with a limp due to a childhood injury, is led deep into the forest by a crimson butterfly. As Mio chases after her, the two find themselves on a hill overlooking the seemingly abandoned Minakami village. With the way back gone, the sisters venture into the village, where they are attacked by ghosts trapped, repeating the night a certain ritual using twins failed. Now the ghosts seek to complete that ritual using Mio and Mayu. As remakes go, this game definitely gravitates towards a more faithful recreation. There are new additions, don't get me wrong, but if you're like myself and haven't played the original game in a long time, you may find it hard to notice the differences. The game uses an over-the-shoulder perspective instead of fixed camera angles, and the village itself has been expanded. For example, there's a side path in the village with tall grass and a river with dilapidated huts along the bank. The majority of the houses that were in the original title are faithfully recreated, to the point where you could navigate them off of memory if you really wanted to. I would say that the biggest change in this remake comes with the combat. It's been really fleshed out. No longer are there days where you hold the camera up and wait for the perfect moment to take the most damaging picture. Mio has been given a dodge button, which means the ghosts are more mobile as well. It often happened that as soon as I was ready to take a shot, my spectral opponent would teleport, making me waste important film. You can also be jump scared out of a camera view if you hold up the camera obscura for too long. Even worse, some ghosts will throw grime onto the camera lens, making you unable to use it for a time. Finally, ghosts can become enraged, causing them to heal, move faster, and do more damage. The changes to the combat definitely take getting used to, especially when the game gives you new filters that have an impact on different aspects of the camera. Koei Tecmo has already patched the aggressiveness of the ghost enemies, which I do think was needed because a delicate balance between tension and frustration must be maintained to properly enjoy the game. You can't be scared if you're frustrated from fighting all the time. Speaking of scariness, this game still retains that creepy atmosphere that Fatal Frame is known for. Running through the village, not knowing when something is going to attack you, being subjected to eerie noises, and then suddenly a ghost shows up out of nowhere. It can really get to you if you allow yourself to be immersed in the game. Now to talk about some negatives. The game is only locked to 30 frames per second on consoles, and can only go up to 60 on PC. Now I don't mind it since I feel that in this kind of game, more frames per second doesn't really matter, but I also understand that a smoother experience is preferred in general. The film grain filter in this game is just awful. And I'm generally surprised about that because previous titles use it very well. I've heard it looks better if you're using HDR, but I don't have an HDR supported monitor. Thankfully, you can turn it off on PC, and the option was added to consoles with the Day 1 patch. Other than that, the only real complaint I have with the game is that you can get attacked too many times in a row. There were definitely times where I would be attacked by the same ghosts only a few minutes after beating them prior. I think having less enemy encounters would be for the game's benefit, as it lets the setting, atmosphere, and scares build tension. This then finally climaxes with an encounter with an enemy ghost, and then the tension falls to be rebuilt again. I imagine that this is only a real issue if you're going to complete the side stories, as that will have you running around the village more than just sticking to the main story.
Open the door. Open it. Why you?
I have to say, I'm very impressed with this remake. Koei Tecmo struck a good balance between faithfulness and new additions. Old players have something familiar yet fresh to enjoy. New players will be able to jump into the game thanks to quality of life additions and still experience what is considered a classic horror video game. Fatal Frame 2 is a highly lauded game in the franchise, and it would have been a shame if the ball was dropped. Finding out what exactly happened to condemn Minakami Village to its fate, while seeing Mio's desperate effort to protect Mayu from harm, is definitely the major draw. Plus, I imagine that if you're a twin yourself, then this game could resonate with you more than the average player. It's not every day that you see a game that has a theme exploring the bond between twins. Don't let what I think are minor performance issues stop you from experiencing a great game from a unique franchise. Plus, if you enjoy this one, do seek out the other titles, be they the originals or remakes. Fatal Frame deserves more love in general. Hopefully this game does well enough that we can see remakes of 1, 3, and a brand new title as well. This has been PJ Smooth. Thank you for watching. Please, feel free to comment on this video if you've played Fatal Frame 2 and you want to share your opinions. I'm very interested to see what everyone else thinks about the game. In the meantime, take care, and please look forward to another video.